It's been over a year now since Tbo Touch started his datamustfall campaign, and since then very little of substance has been said about the reasons why data is so expensive. And so in this video I want to explain one of the reasons that keeps data prices artificially high. When we talk about data prices in South Africa, we'll talk about the lack of competition in the mobile sector, the fact that these are greedy monopolies, but what we don't discuss is the role of digital terrestrial television and spectrum plays and how it plays into this whole debate. Now, when most people hear these terms, their eyes start to glaze over and they lose interest because they don't understand what it means, and frankly, very few people have actually explained to people the importance of this. So I'm going to try here to do that now. Every wireless device that you own uses radio waves on the wireless spectrum, and this spectrum is very limited. We've only got a certain amount of frequencies that we can play with, and so we've got to use them really efficiently as possible. One of the ways of doing this is by migrating older analog systems to digital ones, because it allows us in many cases to free up a lot of space that can be reused for other purposes, and television is a very good example of this. One analog TV channel uses the space that we could fill 20 digital television channels in that same space. And so if we were to migrate SABC 1, 2, 3 and ETV onto digital TV, we could free up those frequencies that they're using now for mobile data. And this is really important because the frequencies that they are using travel much farther, they have more capacity, and so you could serve a lot more people with a much wider range and thereby lowering data costs. The problem is that in order to do that, people need to get either a digital ready television or a set-top box. A set-top box is a little box that converts the digital TV signals so that analog or older televisions will be able to display it. And the thing is, in South Africa we've been fighting about these stupid little boxes for the last 5 years, whether they should be encrypted, what features they should have, whether they should be should be sponsored by the government so that poorer people can get them, and this is really hampering and crippling our mobile phone industry. One of the consequences of not having enough spectrum is that mobile operators need to put up more base stations in order to serve the same number of people. So all across South Africa you'll find little mini base stations like this that Vodacom and MTN and all the other operators have had to put up in order to meet demand for mobile data. And this all adds up. These things are expensive to install and to maintain and to run. They need either wireless or fiber backhaul, and that cost ultimately gets passed on to you, the consumer, and raises the costs of data unnecessarily. In fact, the International Telecommunications Union had a deadline that all countries throughout the world would switch off their analog TV signals and migrate to digital TV by around June, July of 2015. We have missed that deadline, and so now the ITU will no longer help us or give us support if there's a clash with those signals with any of our neighbours or any other countries. So until such time as South Africa migrates to digital television and the government starts offering the mobile operators more spectrum, there is going to be no real significant price drops in the cost of mobile data. Having said all of this, that doesn't mean that I don't personally think that the mobile operators have abused their dominant position over the years. I think they have, but that's not the only reason for why we're spending so much on data in this country. So anyway, that's all I want to say. I hope you found this video very informative and interesting. If you like my videos, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment description below. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.